Hunting alligators is risky business, as Swamp People's Troy Landry can attest to, especially in light of his recent run-in with the law regarding unauthorized hunting. Troy has starred on Swamp People since it first began airing on the History Channel in 2010. Along with his sons, Jacob Landry and Chase Landry, Troy has continued his family's legacy of alligator hunting in real life and translating that for TV, showcasing all of his impressive catches in the Louisiana swamplands. Troy, 64, is known as the King of the Swamp because of his expert-level knowledge and experience in alligator hunting. He's no amateur, having grown up in a family of hunters. In fact, Troy's a fifth-generation alligator hunter. Troy has kept the family business going by teaching his own sons how to catch, ensuring the legacy lives on for many generations to come. Troy's passion for hunting has been passed down to his sons, who also partake in the dangerous pastime. Troy Landry may have broken a hunting rule. Troy was investigated as part of a sting operation. According to a report in USA Today, in September 2024, Troy was cited for failing to properly tag an alligator. Apparently, the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries received an anonymous tip about illegal hunting and set up a sting operation. The report claimed that there were unauthorized gator lines on Lake Pallard in St. Mary Parish, Louisiana. A gator line is what they refer to as a baited hook hung on a tree or pole used to catch alligators. According to the report, after receiving a tip about the unauthorized hunting, 2 game wardens performed a 6-hour stakeout and observed Troy and 2 others spear an alligator and haul its dead body into their boat. When confronted, Troy allegedly told officials he had permission to hunt in the area, which was subsequently proven to be true. However, Troy was apparently applying the wrong tags to the alligators he caught. As detailed in the USA Today report, the wardens questioned Troy and his friends after observing them on the water. The Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries requires alligator tags be used in the area to help control and manage the alligator population. According to the report in USA Today, the tags are issued to licensed hunters and correspond to specific geographic areas. Obtaining alligator tags requires the hunters to apply for a license and obtain permission from the landowners to hunt on their land. Troy may have gotten jail time or fine. Troy was ticketed, could face jail time. After observing Troy and his friends catching gators in an unauthorized area, they were ticketed and charged with 2 counts of failing to properly tag an alligator and for the dead alligator that Troy let float away. In Louisiana, this could result in the maximum punishment, which is up to 120 days in jail and a $950 fine. A report by WAFB quoted Troy as saying he had nothing to say regarding the incident. The report in WAFB included another detail, which was that one of the people with Troy during the incident was an unidentified cameraman. Could this incident potentially air on a future episode of Swamp People? Seems likely, given the presence of a camera person, but so far, nothing has aired relating to the incident. There have been no updates as to what resulted from these citations. Troy continues to be active on social media, especially Facebook, and he continued to be featured on Swamp People Season 16, which wrapped airing in April, and on its spin-off, Swamp People, Serpent Invasion, which wrapped up Season 5 in February. Troy may have made a mistake unintentionally. Troy may have been unaware of his error. Swamp People's Troy Landry speaking in a confessional in a striped shirt and cap. It's possible Troy was unaware of his error, and therefore unintentionally violated the law. His claims of having permission to hunt in the area by the landowners were proven to be true, although he was still cited for improper tagging and for letting the dead carcass of an alligator float away. Troy pled ignorance in another run-in with the law in 2012, so the same could be said for this incident. Although, it's a bit of a stretch to assume that someone who has as much experience in the area as Troy wouldn't know the laws of the land. Still, perhaps there was some miscommunication or other issues that led to Troy breaking the law. Whether or not Troy's violation was intentional, he should still have to be held accountable. Does Troy have a spotless reputation? This is not Troy's first violation. Swamp People's Troy Landry in a cap and red shirt. The cast of Swamp People have had multiple run-ins with the law, including Joe Lafont, the Molinier family, Nick Payne, and Roger Rivers. Joe has been charged with multiple instances of domestic violence throughout the years. The Detroit Free Press once reported that 2 members of the Molinier family, R.J. and J. Paul Molinier, were arrested for an alleged assault that occurred at a convenience store in 2016. In 2011, Nick was arrested for assaulting a police officer, according to TMZ. And in 2017, Roger was charged with 18 wildlife infractions related to hunting. Even Troy's son, Chase, has his own history with legal troubles, stemming from an incident in 2016 where Chase was charged with shooting at a boat in the bayou. Chase later said that he fired in self-defense, believing the boat was going to run into him. Later, Chase failed to appear in court, instead choosing to go out hunting, according to TMZ, so an arrest warrant was issued. As for Troy himself, according to the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, in 2012, he was cited by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission for transporting deer parts and products across state lines. The law is meant to decrease the instances of chronic wasting disease. The incurable disease is highly contagious and can affect wildlife like deer and elk. Troy and his sons, Chase and Jacob, were headed back to Louisiana after hunting in Nebraska when cited. Troy had further claimed that his citation was because he was a public figure, and had asked for a warning instead, since he was only about 20 minutes from the Louisiana state line when he was stopped. However, he was not given a warning and was given the citation. Troy claimed he was unaware of the law.